Two members of Congress have a special message for the NFL. If the Washington Redskins don't change their, quote, racially offensive name, we might hit you where it really hurts your pocketbook. The NFL is a nonprofit trade organization. The teams can make a profit, but the league has tax-exempt status. And some members of Congress have written a letter now to the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell complaining about the name. CNN's Brian Todd spoke with Senator Maria Cantwell.
With our tight economic budget, we can't afford to have tax breaks going to organizations that basically have terminologies that are offensive to American people.
The NFL has responded by referring us to Commissioner Goodell's past comments. Goodell has said the league has met with Native American groups, respects the opinions of those who don't like the name, but says that it has an 80-year tradition. The Redskins told CNN that Congress should have better things to do, referred us to Arthur Diamond. His family's part of the Algonquin tribe. He's got season tickets to Redskins games.
A lot of Native Americans who look at this say it's clearly offensive and it's derogatory. And I mean, how does this name not offend you?
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of being a Redskin. I'm proud of being a Native American. I've practiced all my life Indian ways. And the Redskin team plays hard. They may not win all the time, but they do play honorably. And that's what Redskins do.
Was it just me, or was that a white guy? Was it just me, or was that a white guy? They couldn't find any. they couldn't even find any stereotypically Native American looking Native Americans. And this guy even referred to them as Indians. I just cannot believe they just did that. That was the whitest dude I've seen in at least 4 days. And he called them Indians. Okay. I just don't know what to do anymore. Now when it comes to the name being sensitive, fine, you want to change it, go change it. It doesn't bother me, but if it bothers them, okay, go change it. You know, that's how America is. But for number one, I want to say something that I've said before. That first of all, Native Americans aren't Native Americans. Stop calling them that shit. Why do they allow themselves to be called that? I remember one time I was in the city and I saw a Native American guy, and I was like, Native American, hey man, you know, so you consider yourself to be Native American? And he goes, yes, I do. And I was like, alright, but I don't get it. Why do you consider yourself to be a Native American? And then some white guy next to me who I wasn't talking to thinks he's a genius and decides to inform me of something I didn't know. He decides to go, because they were on this land first. And I'm like, oh, you kicked my ass. Alright, sir, now I'm back to him. And I was like, why do you consider yourself a Native American? He said, because they were here first. And I was like, okay, but when you were here, this wasn't known as America. So why would you consider yourself a Native American? If you really consider this to be your land, why would you take the name that the Europeans gave it? What was it called before they got here? That's what I asked him. And he didn't know. I was like, you might just be somebody posing to be a Native American, because he didn't know. But apparently to a lot of Native Americans, it was called Turtle Island before the Europeans got here. That's according to some. I don't know how accurate it is. My whole point about that was, if you were here first, why do you consider yourself a Native American? You know, I mean, nothing offends me when it comes to like the Native American, African American, whatever you want to call people. It doesn't offend me. But sometimes I just think, like, why is it that? Like, black, I like black. Black is so simple. It's one syllable. It's fast. White, one syllable, one simple word. White is easy. White, black, so easy. I don't mind it. If Native Americans didn't mind red, I don't mind that. If Asians don't mind yellow, you know, if we just had it that way, it's just because of the history of America, colors are offensive now. Applying colors to red, there's more to me than just my skin color. Shut the fuck up. You know, sometimes you see a group of people, you don't know their names, but if they all have dark skin, you can say, oh yeah, the group of black guys, you saw them before, they were wearing the blue sneakers. I'm like, they're not all black, you know, some of them, they're actually brown. Just shut the fuck up. know, Jesus. I'm not talking about things you have to call people, but sometimes you gotta just identify people based on how they look. Like, oh, he was a tall black guy with long dreads. Is that really that big of a deal? Do I have to say he was a taller than average African American with some unique Afrocentric hairstyle? Really, do I have to? Just be real. It's not that big of a deal. We all know black means a person, basically a person whose ancestors were mostly from Africa, mostly African DNA. That's what black is. You know what I mean? This is a basic understanding of black in America. In Russia, it's non-Russian. That's black, non-Russian. But you know, it's just they couldn't find any Native American looking guy. Now I'm not saying this guy isn't a real Native American. Maybe he's mixed or something. But they couldn't find someone. Because how is that going to help your argument? That's going to make you look worse, saying it's not that bad. We have a Native American who enjoys the team and likes the name. You bring a white looking guy forward, man, I give up. I give up. I give up. I give up.